Hello everyone, happy Monday. Thank you for joining me. Thanks replay viewers for watching. And thank you YouTube viewers for watching as well. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time for about an hour, and it's our time to relax and craft, chit-chat, and just take the rest of the evening off and work on a project together. And I am working on the Charming Chevrons quilt. We are continuing that today. We are almost done with this quilt top. I can feel it. We're getting there. So we have this quadrant, the lower quadrant. We have two lower quadrants. So one of them we are sewing up today. We have a couple more rows to do. And then we'll try and sew it to the other quadrant, which is sitting back here. And we'll see how we do. Maybe we will get to the point where we can start at least clipping the top and bottom half together. And man, once that's sewn, we got a finished top. Except for pressing. We will have a whole evening of pressing coming up here yet, because I don't think we haven't pressed any of these seams on the back. So I'll move things around. I'll get my nice Amish wooden ironing board out so you guys can see that, and we will work on pressing later this week. So thanks again for joining me, everyone. There is a link in this Facebook post, and if you're watching the replay on YouTube, there's a link to this pattern here. I also wanted to let you guys know that I updated the link for the punch needle in this link, so hopefully there's some available now for you guys. Thanks for joining me again. I see you guys all popping in. All right. Oh, and check your emails. I sent an email out today, so check your inboxes there. All right, let's flip you guys around and we'll get started on this tonight. Okay, back to the machine. So here's where we got last week on Friday. We got, I believe, 3 of these rows sewn together. There we go, yeah. We have these 3 rows are together. Now we just need to do two more tonight. So we've done the webbing style of piecing them. So they're all connected. All the rows are actually connected already by little pieces of our thread here. So all we have to do is flip them over and sew them together. So we have this row here and this row here. And then we'll actually be at the point that we can sew this quadrant onto the other quadrant. This is rows 7 through 11. This is the A quadrant. So this is the first side. And then we have the B quadrant, which is to the right of that. So let's start out the night by pinning. All right, so again, let's do this one. Well, let's do the furthest one out. I think this will be easier doing this one where we're just flipping one thing over, and then the next one we'll flip 2 things over. I think that'll be the easier way of doing it. So, all right, I am doing this again where I am going to grab my Wonder Clips. Let's unlock those again. There we go, my little mini Wonder Clips there. So I'm using these instead of pins. They are the Wonder Clips by Clover. Here's the mini Wonder Clips, and then there's also the larger size. Well, there's actually a larger size than this, but these are the standard size of Wonder Clips, and then these are the little mini ones, which are about half the width, and they come to a little bit of a point. I like using them instead of pins. They clamp down super duper hard, and they don't kind of like shift the fabric at all like pins kind of do. So we're sewing this with open seams, which means I'm not pushing the seam to the left and I'm not pushing the seam to the right. I am actually opening the seams up like so. We haven't pre-pressed any of these, so it's a little difficult. But yeah, they're open seams, so we have half the seam on either side, and then the same thing on the back here. Supposedly, it's a little easier for free motion quilting, which is what I plan to do for the quilting of this. I want to learn how to free motion quilt using this quilt as my like test case. There we go. I'm just lining up those seams and clipping. The open seams is also the preference of the designer of the pattern, Krista from Krista Quilts. She designed this Charming Chevrons pattern. Here we go, right there. And she always does open seams. And I rarely do open seams, so I'm going with it. See if I learn to like it. One thing is that you don't have to think about which way to press all the time, so that's kind of nice. Hello, Amy. Hi, Glennis. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Appreciate seeing all your faces again. It always feels weird on Mondays. It feels like I haven't seen you guys forever. It's a long, long weekend without my crafty evening with all of y'all. You guys, my dress rehearsal for my Sulky webinar is tomorrow. I'm a little nervous for it. I'm excited though. So if you guys got my email today, and I've been kind of chit-chatting about it here in the evenings too. I'm going to be doing a webinar with Sulky coming up here soon, April 10th, and we're going to be working on one of the projects that I did from the Craftex book that I was one of the contributors for it. And Craftex is that kind of like paper that you can sew and it'll stay together. It won't tear apart. It's kind of like a Levi's jean label kind of fabric, but now it comes in a bunch of different colors. You can make it look like leather, and it's just kind of awesome. So I'm going to be talking about Craftex and doing a little project from the book. And there's a little kitty on it if you guys saw the image from the email, or if you guys signed up for it. Oh, thanks, Deborah. I think it'll be fun. So the actual webinar is April 10th, and like I said, I gotta practice it tomorrow. Dress rehearsal. But yeah, so you guys, if you want to see it, or if you want to watch the replays, you have to sign up for it. So click the link that I put in the email, and don't worry, I will be sending out reminders, and I'll be sending out a few other emails about it, just so you guys can see if it's something that you're interested in. You know, if you're interested in what Craftex is all about, or you know, the little pouch project that I'm going to make. There's a bunch of freebies in it, so, and like specials, so it might be worth just watching it for that. But yeah, so you do need to sign up for it, just because the system needs to know how to like talk to people, basically. So, and then you'll probably get notifications from them as well. But yeah, so I'll have links to that. And oh, I didn't put a link in this Facebook post. I should do that tomorrow. I'll have a link in the Facebook post here for you guys as well. All right, I don't really need to be, well, yeah, you know what? Better to have this closed so I don't hit it all on the floor. Just pretend we are there talking, that you're talking to us. Bonnie, you know what? That is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm not nervous. I'm going to imagine I'm just talking to you guys. That's exactly what I'm going to do. All right. Let's sew this first seam. We got all the little seams clipped with the Wonder Clip. All I need to do is, as I sew, I just need to flip it around just to make sure that it hasn't like folded back over or something. I still want them to be open. Yep, I'm just going to imagine that it's just you guys there listening to me. And I hope you guys are there, but like tomorrow when there's no one listening, I'm going to still imagine that you guys are there. You guys make me feel more relaxed. Oh, you've signed up. Just a quilt shop hop, and one of the shop and made a journal out of the Craftex paper. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's an interesting, really kind of flexible little product, the Craftex. You can use it as kind of like a leather replacement. Yeah, you can use it for book covers. It's a really kind of durable paper. It's almost like if you had a paper bag, like a grocery store bag, but made it like unrippable and a little thicker. It's kind of got that texture a little bit, but it comes in all sorts of colors, and you can actually paint on it. You can color it. You can machine quilt on it. Or not machine quilt. Well, you can actually do that, but machine embroider is what I meant to say. It's kind of a fun little deal. And either way, it's going to be a fun little zipper pouch project in the webinar. But thanks for signing up, Ramona. I appreciate that. You're going to start quilting? Yay! Oh, you're going to start quilting a long time UFO tomorrow, Marianne. That is awesome. Oh, I've been trying to, you know, work on these unfinished projects. And I was kind of talking about that a little bit today in my email. You know, we've been working on that hedgehog quilt, the Finish It Fridays, and man, it's crazy how fast a month comes up. You know, like in my mind, it's like, oh yeah, I'm working on the hedgehog project and it'll be done soon. But I wouldn't have worked on it for 3 months if it wasn't for the Finish It Friday, and I wouldn't have even thought anything of it. I would have just still been thinking, oh yeah, I'm still working on it pretty consistently, but I wasn't at all. So it's just crazy how that 1 hour taking off and working on that UFO for just 1 hour a month can make me feel like I'm getting it done. I mean, when you say it out loud, it sounds crazy, but my body feels like, oh yes, I'm working on this project and it's getting done, even though it's just, I'm waiting every month. Oh, I hear you, Marianne. I have a bajillion UFOs too, and I keep starting new ones, but well. So do I get interviewed or do I do a solo presentation, Gretchen? It is the Sulky webinar. It is there. Well, it's not really like an interview. There is I guess kind of a host is how I would say, and there's a few other people involved. So she'll kind of introduce the product and we'll talk about it and stuff a little bit, and you know, there's a host of the webinar, and then I will kind of take over and walk you guys through the project. So afterwards, after the webinar is done, you should be able to have all the instructions you need to make this pouch. And then, you know, and then we'll, I think, take questions and talk some more at the end. So not quite an interview, but not quite a solo thing either. It's like a hosted show. It's kind of fun. They do have other ones on there, so if you guys wanted to watch any of the prior Sulky webinars, they do this once a month for different projects, but they're really good. I've watched several of them, but they're worth signing up for other ones, and it's all free too. Just the tips and tricks you get from different people, I mean, that's what's worth it to me. Oh, you missed the long sessions that I had when I was doing the Splendid Sampler. Yeah, when I was working on the Splendid Sampler, sometimes I would do whole day-long Saturday sewing sessions just because I was so far behind. We might have to do another one of those sometime, Marianne. I have so many unfinished projects. It might be fun to just, for a long time, one day, just film like all day long and work on a project. That might not be a bad idea. Get a bunch of, well, probably just get one thing done, or not even. Make progress on something. That's what a day would do. But yeah, that'd be fun to do again sometime. All right, seam number 1 is done. Let's just pop that open, see what we got. I'm gonna lift you guys up here when we're not sewing. Sorry for the glare. I'm trying to avoid the glare. But yeah, then you guys can just come in and out whenever. We'll just chit chat and sew, or whatever the project is. Do it all day long.
I've got tons of projects. You know what? That might be a good way to finish up the Splendid Sampler, honestly, because I'm not done with the Splendid Sampler yet, and that would be nice to get done. I just have to sew just some straight line stitching around the border and then put a binding on. So that would be a good long Saturday, that project, and that would feel amazing to have done. So I'm going to keep that on the brain, people, and I'll let you know. If I do a long Saturday thing like that, I'll send an email out to let all y'all know. All right, so one last seam here. Now we're just going to fold this whole thing over. It's still all attached. And let's just start clipping again. This is it, though. This is the last kind of row here. Well, I suppose not technically. Next, we'll sew this chunk to the other chunk. Oh my God! Yes, the jeans quilt. There's that too. Yep, the jean quilt. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, actually. Nope, the hedgy wall hanging is not done either. So the hedgy wall hanging, we'll pick that one up again on our next Finish It Friday, which is like 2 weeks from now. Less than 2 weeks, I think, is the first Friday in April, if you can believe it. Crazy. Have I heard of Westerly rulers? Oh, no, I have not. For free motion quilting, you're going to order their starter set. Is that kind of rulers that are shaped in different ways? So you follow like certain curves? Is that what that is, Robin? I haven't heard of them, but I'm just guessing. I'm kind of interested in that a little bit, how those rulers like that work with the kind of curves all built in for you. I know I'm going to be using those, the Grippets, and the Grippets have some curves built in, so you can use the Grippets to follow a curve, or straight lines and stuff too, or or corners. So I think I might try doing a little bit of that. I actually might, when I quilt this, I'm going to first straight line quilt all the ditch of these zigzags. And I was thinking I would use the walking foot, and I would just move it back and forth to do that. But I was thinking it would be fun to try free motion quilting, like ruler work, straight line ruler work, these two. So we'll probably sew most of them zigzags with the walking foot, but we might try to do it with the ruler free motion quilting to see how wiggly my lines get. Oh, you're fascinated about them. There's a lot of YouTube videos. Yeah, I've been seeing more and more of those rulers. It must, I'm sure they're not new, but it must be, it's a new to me thing. It must be, I think it's gaining in popularity for sure. Oh, you were bad, Marianne. Bought a cordless iron on, oh, the iron was cordless on Massdrop? Oh, now you have me. I'm going to have to look at that again. I saw a few irons lately over at Massdrop.com. Speaking of, I have not received my wool mat yet. I'm gonna have to check into that, because I know some of you guys said that you got your wool pressing mat already, right? But yeah, if one of those irons was cordless, that'd be a pretty dang big deal for me here, because I'm here in the like little kitchen nook, and the only outlet is way the heck over, like, in the pathway where people have to walk. So if I can reduce that and have a cordless iron, that'd be pretty dang cool. Your mat came Saturday. Okay, well, today was just Monday, I suppose. So I should get it soon, I would think. Oh, Libby, you haven't gotten yours either? Okay. Takes a while to get in the group, but once you do it, it's awesome. Oh, the rulers and stuff, Bonnie? Yeah, I want to... yeah, I'm super stoked for it. I'm definitely going to try the whole ruler work with those Grippets for sure. I'm pretty stoked about it. That'll be just enough to test it to see if I want like more rulers and stuff. Oh, a gal from your group has a cordless iron, Marianne, and it's nice. Oh, I'm going to have to peek at it again now. Yeah, I saw a few steamers, a few other things, but I was just kind of browsing really quickly. I didn't realize one of them was cordless. We've been kind of talking about that for a while here. I do like the little travel one that I started using just because it's light. Oh, but cordless sounds amazing. All right, last clippity clip. They're so slippery. I always feel like I'm going to fling them across the room, the little wonder clips. All right, let's scooch back down. Nope. Sorry for the little roller coaster. Okay, time to sew. All right, I forget too that now all this bulk is to my left here, and oh, like I need that little table next to me to hold up all the bulk, I think, because it all wants to just fall on the floor and move my top everywhere. You love your grippets, Kim. You use them while you quilted. Oh, your Charming Chevron. Oh, so much nicer than the gloves. Oh, that is what I wanted to hear, Kim. That was my sole reason for originally getting them, is I did not want those quilting gloves. Gloves and me don't always work out very well. Oh, Gretchen, you signed up for the webinar. Awesome. Yes, it should remind you, and I will remind you to like the day before and the day of and everything. And there's also replays. So you will forever have access to the replays. Actually, anyone can go see any of the replays right now, but you do have to sign up for each replay. So you do have to like enter your info for each video. But they're still all free and everything. But yeah, so replays and all the deals and everything will be available after as well if you end up missing it. But you may get a chance to like ask questions and all that if you are there for the live one. Like there'll be a little area for you to type in and stuff, I think, for the live one. But awesome, I'm excited. Thanks, Gretchen. But yeah, I'll get the link in here, in the Facebook post here tomorrow, in tomorrow's Facebook Live. And actually, I'll get the link to it in the YouTube replay for this video too. So if you're watching the replay on YouTube, the link to sign up for the Sulky webinar is... will be in the description. It is in the middle of the day, so I know that might be an issue for people, but that's why, you know, they have the replay, which is super nice. Like I said, I've watched a ton of them, and they're all just, they're good. I mean, you do feel like you learn a lot from them, I think. I feel like I learn a lot from them. A lot of them are on topics that I don't know a ton about, and those especially I really like watching. Like embroidery, machine embroidery stuff, and all sorts of different things, different topics. Oh, we're almost done here. Alrighty. Little leader in there. All right, let's snip that. And we have a little deal here. Okay, so this is, where's the top? This is 7A. We have it all done here, so now we need to sew 7B to this. Let's just get this leader. Oh, Gretchen, did you see them at Joann's? So yeah, so my new kits are on their way to Joann Fabrics right now. So this will be the second year we're in Joann's, and I'll show you guys all the kits really soon here. But they're selling off a whole pile of other stuff. So like where my new kits are going to go is where the patterns are right now. My penguin and fish patterns at Joann Fabrics. So if you've seen my kits and patterns at Joann's, right now all the patterns are going to go away and all my new kits will come out soon. But all those patterns, and then the Craft a Happy Life kit is there, and that will be coming out too. All of those are like at least 50% off right now. And you know, they're turning over the they're going to replace those with the new kits like any day. So you'll want to go check out Joann's and like grab a bunch of those if you want them for super duper cheap. If you have the embroidery section at your Joann's. So yeah, so now would be a good time to, if you're thinking about any of those little patterns, they're the little animals, you know, a bunch of different animals, but it's where you get the iron-on transfer and everything still. You just don't get like the hoop and the needles and everything. But yeah, those are like 50% off right now. All right, 7B, we need to hook that up to 7A. Let's just make sure that I have the top rows. Okay. Row 7, row 7, row 7, row 7, and here's row 7B. So, all right, now I need to flip these guys. It's so funny, these aren't attached like all the rows were from the webbing, so it feels funny to me. Let's flip those together, and same thing, let's put those seams together. Oh, Jackie, so how did we come up with penguin and fish? So it was actually from, it was the title of an animation that I did in college. I went to Minneapolis College of Art and Design here in town. And it's about a penguin and a fish that fall in love, and then the fish has to migrate away for the winter. And the penguin is sad, but then they keep in touch through email. So it's all happy in the end. This is like before social media, before phones, when people are actually texting on phones and stuff. It was way back when there was just email. But it's loosely based on my husband and I. So he went to the same school as me and graduated a couple years ahead of me. And so I didn't have him there for a couple of years. But yeah, so in all my signatures of my email, I think I have a link to the video. I never actually finished it. I think I got halfway done. I had the kind of the storyboard of what should happen after, but never finished it. Just got about halfway done. But it was all done with cut paper. Like I cut out little shapes and moved the shapes around to get the different, I moved the shapes on the computer to do the animation part. That's where the name came from. Seemed to fit since it's my husband and my little company here. I don't think "mize" is a word. I think I say that a lot. My would be the appropriate way. All right. When we sew this seam, we will have a bottom. Pretty crazy. I think we're going to have time to sew the top to the bottom yet. That'd be pretty awesome. We'll see. Ooh, I need one more clip here. Yep, I was the penguin. Last little clip. I'll need a ton of clips for the other direction, I'm thinking. All right. Oh, here one was hiding. Oh, I'll leave that on for now. Well, actually, you know what? I don't need that anymore. We don't need to know what quadrant is what. So, all right, let's scooch down again. And we will sew the bottom together. Oh, now I got all sorts of bulk over here on the left. What I mean by bulk is just the whole rest of the quilt. It's just fabric hanging out over here to my left, and you know, the fabric has weight, and it just wants to fall off the edge of the table. So I got to keep like my arm on it just so it doesn't fall everywhere, which, you know, is not as easy as just sewing a straight line and not having to think about that. Just making sure the seams are open. There, you see it, it just wants to keep falling this way because of all the fabric to my left. That's going to be an issue when we start the free motion quilting. It'll be even heavier because we'll have the batting and we'll have you know, the back of the quilt. So that's why I want to get like a little table that's right next to me, so I'm kind of like an L. And this all can kind of sit on that L. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I keep saying that, but I never remember to bring up a little table. I have a little TV tray that might be the right height. I don't know. We'll have to see. Again, I'm in a teeny tiny space in this little kitchen nook, so adding things to this area doesn't always work very well. You've been watching but busy sewing your daughter's wedding quilt. Oh, and it's finally done, Connie. Congrats. How cool is that? That is super duper exciting. Now that's a project with a timeline. That's awesome. What a nice gift. Oh, it took you, oh my gosh, is that the hexagon quilt? It took you 7 years, all hexagons by hand. Incredible, and you got it done, Connie. That's totally incredible. Yes, share it over in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group. We all need to see it. It's amazing. That's awesome. So the Hubs and I are thinking of going to New York again for our wedding anniversary in August. So if you remember, a couple of years ago, we went to New York around my birthday. It's kind of around his birthday too. But our wedding anniversary is in August, and it'll be 15 years this year. So we thought, oh, that should probably be a special one, and I think we might spend a few days in New York, which is where we live for a little bit. So it's always special for us to go back there. But I think we just kind of made that decision, and now need to start looking for, you know, tickets and all that. Still a ways away, but still, we've made a decision, and that's pretty good for us. There, pedal to the metal at the end. Okay, this is totally the bottom of the quilt. Oh my gosh, this is going together so quickly. Man, I was not saying that when we were working on all these chevrons, though. That seemed like it took forever and ever. But this part, just getting these rows together, I'm liking it. All right, so we still have that 7A on over here, which we need because then we know, that's row 7. So we know that this is the top. Oh, let's lost one of these guys along the way here. All right. Ooh, all right, we have half of a twin size quilt here. So, all right, this is rows 7 through 11. Just get it all kind of fluffed out here. Make sure I'm right side up again. Yep, there we go, 7A. Okay, now we have the top of the quilt. Oh, totally jealous. You love NYC so much. We do too. We just love it a ton. All right, we do not need all these labels on anymore. I just need the number 1 label. Okay, here we go. So much fabric. Oh my gosh, come on now. I should have rolled it up or something. Okay, so row 7 is there. This is row 6. So we folded it over. Yeah, because row's 1 here. So now let's, you know what? I'm going to start how I did over here. So much fabric. All right, here we go. Row 1, right sides together. Connecting up to row 7 right here. This is where we need to start putting them together. So, all right, I'm getting rid of this clip. 7's going away, and we are clipping and clipping and clipping. This is it, though. Our top will be sewn. Yeah, and I'm not doing any borders or anything. I'm just sticking with these chevrons, so I won't have to add anything else to it. And I won't really have to measure or anything either. You know, if I was doing borders, then I'd have to be really good about measuring how big this is and everything, but I don't have to deal with that. I'll have to deal with it once I get to the binding, but that won't be too bad. First up, Gugu and then MoMA. I definitely think I will go to the MoMA. We went there last time, and I just love it. And last time we didn't get much time there. We got in right before they closed. Oh no, that was the Met. So the Met, that's where I want to go again. But yeah, the MoMA, I think. Weren't they redoing that for a little? That was a while back. But yeah, I do want to go do more of a museum thing next time. And yeah, we'll see what else. Oh, that's where you're going for the wedding. Oh, that's right, Connie. Oh, how awesome. NYC wedding. That's something else. We were living in New York when we got married, but we went back to we got married in my hometown, and we had the reception at my parents' house. So we flew from New York to my parents' house in Wisconsin, and the next day, it was that super duper heat wave. This is, 15 years ago, but it was that heat wave in New York where all the power of all of New York went out, sort of thing. I don't know if you guys remember that. If you live there, you probably remember it. But all the power went out, and we had left the day before. So if we would have had to leave a day later, we would have not made it to our wedding. So because they couldn't fly any planes or anything, couldn't get anywhere really. But yeah, so we were meant to not be there that day. Hamilton would be good. I have not seen that. I don't know, is it still impossible to get tickets? We don't usually do a Broadway show when we're there, but I think it'd be fun. We've been talking about it lately that we should go to one of those again. Sometimes it's fun to go to like off-Broadway plays and stuff too. That'd be kind of neat. I don't know. Usually we just end up walking around, and this time we're thinking maybe we should think about it a little bit more than that. But it's in August, so we got some time to think it through. So that's good at least. That means we still have to actually put time to thinking it through and not have it just come up on us. But I'm excited. We talked about maybe going on a road trip to like Yellowstone or something, which would have been cool. We haven't done that before. But when we visited my parents last time, just in Wisconsin, it's like a 5.5 hour or 5 hour drive or so. And oh man, I was so sick of being in the car last time that I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I want to do a big long road trip. So we're going back to New York again, which is our go-to place that we love going to. So we gotta save up some miles. Ooh, Cat's Deli in Soho. Noted. I'll have to write that down, Gretchen. I'm so bad at remembering names of places, like the yummy restaurants. What's nice is that there's so many delicious things, delicious restaurants there. Because if you're not gonna hold up there. You're gonna go under. So replace it with a good place. You admire the fact that I've been so precise with my sewing. Oh, you tend to be impatient and just get it done quick. Oh, thanks, Jackie. I kind of feel like I'm just trying to get it done. I mean, there's definitely ways I could be way more precise, but I'm kind of going by that. Oop, I ran out of clips. I'm going by the whole make it 80% good. That's kind of what I always shoot for. I feel like if I shoot for 80% good, it'll keep me moving along, and I won't get stuck on having everything being perfect. So that's kind of what I'm keeping in my mind. Like I could pin all these points so they're just perfect, but I'm not. And I'm just kind of doing these open seams just to give it a try. I love learning and trying new things when I craft, and that's kind of, this is what the designer recommended, so that's what I'm trying to do. Yes, they have the best food, anything you want, for sure. I think maybe we'll have to get a little bit more, like search out some fun places. Like I like the sort of places where they do like one thing, and they do it like the best. You know what I mean? Like that's always kind of fun, finding those hole-in-the-wall places. But yeah, what I love is that you can just be walking around and then get super tired, and it's like, oh, I need some food. Let's just go here, this like cute little bar thing or whatever. And then they have like the best hamburger you ever had or the best salad. And it's just this little place with a couple dudes hanging out, and it's just amazing. I love that so much. Ooh, Ellis Island. Oh, that would be a good, that'd be fun to go to. I went there in high school, but I think that was it. That would be interesting. We're reading a lot of history stuff lately. Like I'm reading a book on the first homesteaders to North Dakota. It's not even a book. It's a conglomeration of memories that they collected in the 60s. This book was made in the 60s. And they were interviewing basically the people who, in like 1906 and stuff, homesteaded. So they're just getting accounts of people, and it's super dry. Like it's not written to be read, really. It's just like a history. It's not even. It's just like here's every person that went to that homesteaded in this county, and this is what we know about them. That's what this book is. I got it at our neighbor's estate sale. And she had little notes in it and stuff. But I've just like been way into history. That's sort of like, I mean, that's a little bit later than Ellis Island and stuff. But I don't know. It's just been interesting lately. An interest that I never had growing up. Just history, which is probably typical. All right, this is our last clip. All right, let's attempt to sew this together. I think I'll leave this near me and I can just keep throwing clips into it. Hopefully I don't toss it on the floor. But all right, let's give this a go. It's going to take some finagling at first here, I think. Oh, it's so much quilt. So, all right, this is where we're going to start testing how I'm going to be able to do this. So I'm throwing it over my shoulder a little bit here. Because now we got the full size of the quilt. So, yeah, I definitely have it all over my shoulder. Here, I'll give you guys a look here. All right, hello again. So there's so much quilt here now that it's so heavy that it keeps wanting to fall on the floor and it wants to slide off the table. So I'm just throwing it over my shoulder for now. This is what the extra little table on the side would be handy for. Like if it was right here, then I could just lay all this on here and it wouldn't be slipping off of my table. So we're getting the first hint of what this is going to feel like. It's just going to be everywhere, this quilt. So I definitely want to think about that beforehand and try and get a plan in action. And you know, I don't have a machine that sinks into a table or anything like that, so I have a limited workspace here. It'll just be interesting. We'll figure it out, though. I'm sure after trying a few things, we'll come up with something. So, all right, flipping you around again. All right, let's get to sewing. How about right there? Sorry, it's just a little wiggly, getting me into the spot. Okay. Let's get my stiletto up here, help me push things around. Gretchen, getting a coffee and sitting and people watching is my total favorite thing to do in New York, hands down. That and going to the dog parks and watching all the dogs and the people and their dogs. I am obsessed with doing that. So those two things will be guaranteed to happen for sure. Anytime I'm in New York, that's happening. A fancy coffee, which means a latte, and watching people and watching the puppies. All right, I'm going to snip this off right away. Oh, one thing that happened. So this weekend, I sewed a little bit on that scrappy, just moment of zen thing that I just started. I think I showed you guys that a couple days ago. I moved it out of this area. But while I was doing that, I ran out of bobbin. So I currently know for sure that I have a nice big fresh bobbin on here. And that's good because that would have been super annoying to run out of the bobbin like right now. Ooh, and I have to remember, oh, we're a little ways from that, but I was going to say I have to remember that I wanted to switch to the red for my bobbin coming up here, but we have the whole back of the quilt to do yet. All right, I kind of need to get my hand inside these layers a little bit because I want to, the fabric underneath wants to shush over. So I'm going to just kind of twist the top layer, then I have access to the bottom layer here, and I can like yank on it when I want to line up this edge a little bit better. All right, I'm going to shimmy it from my back a little bit. Oh, you made more kitty pins, Gretchen. That is awesome. Yeah, I took them off of my sweater so I could wash the sweater, and I haven't put them back on yet. I'll have to get my kitty pins back on. Okay, so I've moved this off my shoulder and onto my lap. But again, I kind of want to get my hand underneath here a little bit. There, maybe we'll go like this. This seems a little odd. You can tell I have not done a whole lot of managing large fabric chunks. Oh, here, I need this edge near me. Let's get situated here. But yeah, so this is definitely something that I want to get better at when we free motion quilt, is just the managing of bulk. Because the more I work on quilts as of late, the more I'm realizing what a pain in the butt it is. You roll your quilt and it gets more manageable that way. Oh, that's maybe what I should do. Let's see, how much more do I have? I'm about halfway done. So, yeah, we're gonna get this up on my lap. Oh, and yours is a queen. Yeah, well, you might have a little bit larger space than me, maybe, too. But yeah, I think definitely when we get quilting, I will definitely do some preparatory rolling. Like, I won't just start and throw everything up here. I think we'll actually have to lay it on the ground one evening, roll it up nice, so we're prepped for the next area, and keep that roll. Yeah, different than what I just did here, where I just threw it all up here. Making sure that that's seams flat again. You also have a very cluttered sewing space, and there's frequently a kitty in the way, so you got all sorts of challenges, Paula. Oh, kitties. They're the best. And the worst. I gotta see Chad when we visited my parents. Chad, the kitty. He's huge. So he was clearly a kitten when we found him, and but we thought it was maybe older than a kitten, but based on what he looks like now, clearly he was really young when we saw him, because he's like a large breeded cat. But it was nice to see him. He's so sweet. All right, we are getting there. I know, isn't Chad the best cat name? It's so weird. I just think it makes me laugh every time I say that the cat's name is Chad. Like, it just makes me happy. It was because he meowed all the time. Like, you'd call for him, and he, like, here, kitty, and it would just meow and meow and meow and meow and meow, and then it would be at the door just meowing, and so we just called him Chatty Cat, because he was so chatty, that cat, and then Mom just shortened it to Chad. Which I think is hilarious. So his name is Chad because he's chatty. He's still pretty chatty. I would like a kitty. One day we'll get a kitty. Cannot believe we are getting this top done. So this means, this is like way faster than I thought too. So on tomorrow, Tuesday, it's only Tuesday tomorrow, tomorrow I will get the ironing board out and we will spend some time pressing this guy. Man, we're going to be moving on to the back of the quilt by Wednesday. That's crazy. So Wednesday, so let's just schedule this right now. Wednesday, we'll work on making fabric, making new fabric from all our little fabric bits. So I've talked about this a little bit, and we've done this for the Splendid Sampler and some other things before, but that's where I'm going to take all of my little scraps from this project. It's all the little nothings, right? I'm going to take all those, and we will kind of make a little collage of all of them, basically, and sew them all down to another piece of fabric. And I'll show you my process for that tomorrow. So I'm super stoked for that. I want to use up all of the pieces. And then after we make a few of those, we'll do that on Wednesday. And then you know, we'll probably make those till the end of the week. And then next week I want to start sewing all the bigger scraps together because I want to use up all the scraps in the back of the quilt. Oh, Jennifer, yep, I gotta do that soon too. You have over 20 towels washed, now trying to dry them. Gotta love sons and grandsons. Nice. I need to do that again soon here too. All right, this is it. This is the last little bit here. Okay. So happy we did not have to change the bobbin during that. All right, so we have it here. I think I still have row 1 marked, which is good because, well, I suppose it doesn't matter what the top and bottom is at this point. So, yep, so there's 1. I'm taking it off, so all clips are off. All right, I'm going to flip you guys around, and we will take a look at this. I won't be able to show you. Well, maybe I can back up quite a bit. Let's give that a go. All right, guys, so I'm going to get you guys way back here. So, oop, you're probably shaking a ton. There we go. Let's see if I can hold this up. Woohoo! We have a quilt top here. All right, so here it is. Here, I'm going to stand on the chair here. It's a quilt. So right now I'm standing on the chair and it's still hitting the floor. So that's how big this quilt is. But I'm super stoked. So this is like a large twin, I think. Or maybe I just haven't been in a twin in a long time and I forget how big a twin quilt is. But this is going to be awesome for the couch, which is the goal. The end goal is to have a couch blankie where it covers up my feet and covers up the husband's feet when you're just laying on the couch. So yay, I'm excited. So tomorrow, this is going to take a little while to press. So tomorrow I think I'll move the table a little bit here, move the sewing machine, and we will get the ironing board. I actually have 2 of those wooden ironing boards. I might get both of them out, and then I'll have even a bigger surface. And yeah, we'll get pressing. I'm super excited. Oh yeah, got my little Star Wars t-shirt on as a Christmas present from my brother and his wife. All right, guys. So thanks again. I can't believe we got this done this early in the week. It's Monday only, and we have this top done. So yeah, tomorrow we'll press, and then Wednesday we will make the new fabric out of our old little bits here. So I'm pretty excited for that. So stay tuned on Wednesday through Friday. We'll work on that. Yeah, we're going to clear up this area from this project a little bit soon. So awesome. I will get this up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies when I'm done here, so you can check out the replay there. And yeah, if you have anything to share, join the Penguin and Fish Crafters group here on Facebook. I'd love to see what you're working on, what you're finishing. It sounds like a lot of you are finishing up some projects. That's amazing, incredible. It always feels good. You know, it happens so rarely. You start tons of projects and then to actually finish them is like, you know, you bring out the champagne. So awesome, guys. So I will, what will we need to making the fabric? You will need, I don't have any here, but You'll need kind of a base fabric to sew it on. I have just a bunch of muslin. I have some just 12-inch squares of muslin. I'm going to just put it on that. And then you'll also need a stick-on wash-away stabilizer. And what I use is the Sulky's Sulky Stick and Stitch, which used to be the Fabri-Sulky. It's the same thing. So Sulky Stick and Stitch, and that will go on the top of our fabric, and we'll sew through that a bunch of times, and then we'll wash it away because the stick and stitch washes away in water. So we're basically going to sew down a bunch of stuff with that to protect it, and then we'll wash it away, and we'll be left with like all these sewn down bits. So you will need that, but I'll have the replays up, and we'll be working on this for a little while. I have a lot of little bits there, so it'll make a lot of squares, I think. So that's what you'll need, a base fabric to sew it down on. It is going to end up being rather thick, but that's okay. It just is going to be that way. It'd actually be really cute for like a tote bag or something, this process. So we'll do that on Wednesday and ironing tomorrow. All right, guys, that is that for tonight, and I will see you tomorrow. So have a great evening, guys. Good night.